Saishale, Wayakantake, Earthkeeper. Your feet are wet from many lands. Keep your heart clean, and you will see the unseen. Saishale, Wayakantake, carried over nations' water. Saishale, Wehasate, Earthkeeper, you have broken through the protective embrace. Now face the visions put forth long ago. Wisdom from the heart of the mother, revealing the patterns of your heart. You are a teacher. Hi, yeah, it's Friday at 3 p.m. and you're listening to Farida Gipson Burtt, New Heart Transformation on Soma Fusion Radio. And today I am just gonna chat a little bit and read a little bit. I wanted to talk a little bit about anger, just for a second here, because I found this really great book by Thich Nhat Hanh, and it's called Anger, Wisdom for Cooling the Flames. Cooling the flames. Yes, indeed. I think this world needs a little bit of that. Yeah, maybe more than a little bit, huh? So he says, you have to water the seeds of happiness. And I really agree with that at the base, at the root of, changing your perspective and changing your anger tendencies is to water your seeds of happiness. Because if you don't, you'll never clear what's under the earth, you'll never be able to give life to something different. Because if you sit under the earth in that anger that's welling up inside of you, and you forget that you do have full capabilities of happiness, somewhere in that dirt there's happiness. Anyways, you have the ability to begin anew. And I'm just going to read a little bit about what he says about beginning anew. In our daily life, we run continuously. We do not have the capacity or the opportunity to stop and look deeply into our life. We must look back and look deeply in order to understand. David sat for 45 minutes in his room looking back at his life. He gained a lot of insight and he began to cry. And that's so true. When you realize what you've done and how you've affected others in not such a great way, it really does make you cry to see that you're not really a beautiful person. That you got some dirt. Anyways, he cried for the first time in his life because he recognized his habit, energy, and the damage he had caused to the people around him, his parents, his friends, his brothers and sisters, and himself. Yes, and himself. It says, we may practice sitting meditation every day, but have we had this kind of insight? It takes courage to have that insight, for sure, but it is so well worth it to go through the motions and really dig deep. In your sitting meditation, you have to see your Angelina, I guess that's the person who he hurt, stepping into your life as an angel. You have to see how things have deteriorated between you and her, how you treated her, how you made her suffer, and how she left you. When you look into your relationships in this way, you are practicing deep meditation. The insight you will get will tell you exactly what to do and what not to do. It is possible for you to offer the incense of the heart. Isn't that beautiful? And call your Angelina back. Angelina is always there. Love is still in her heart. She is ready to forgive. If you know how to burn the incense of your heart, the incense of the mindfulness trainings, concentration, and insight. So super awesome to go ahead and take a look inside and do that deep work. It's certainly painful, but the reward is really great. So the practice is to call your Angelina by his or her true name, to recognize and appreciate that he or she is your Angelina. Do not say that no Angelina has ever come into your life, because they have. That's so not true that they haven't. Sit mindfully and silently and call their name. Say, I'm sorry. You've stepped into my life and I've made you suffer. I have made myself suffer at the same time. I did not mean to. I was unskillful. I did not know how to protect myself and protect you. With the practice of mindfulness trainings, I want to begin anew. If you're really practicing like this, then Angelina will come back to you. And you will be able to unearth that anger and fill that space with love and forgiveness, right? So there's another book and another thing that I struggled with in my journey, and that is being stuck. Being stuck. So this book is called Getting Unstuck, Breaking Through Your Barriers to Change. It's by Dr. Sydney Simon. How not knowing what you really want keeps you from getting unstuck. Not knowing what you really want, yeah, I know that I've shared with you probably a million times that, oh goodness, I was always seeking. So it kept me stuck because I didn't take the time to know what it was that I really wanted, or to list, or to even, do that deep work and figure it out. But I finally did, and I've got what I want. I'm super stoked that I took the time to sit with myself and ask myself. And also, in doing that, receiving what came up. All right, so the barrier does more than get you stuck. It does more than undermine your efforts to change. Abdicating your power to choose and constantly turning to others for the answers to your life's questions robs you of the ability to look for and find what you really want. That is so me, or was so me. All of my life, other people came first, says Lorraine, the Long Island mother of 3 who faced the conflict and confusion of no longer being needed as a full-time wife and parent. When I was a kid, I lived to please my parents. Then I got married and lived to please my husband. Then I had children. Everyone knows a good mother puts her children's needs first. And I was a very good mother. Then Lorraine's children went off to college. Her husband turned his full attention to his new business, and her parents had long since stopped influencing Lorraine's daily living. In her early 40s, Lorraine had many years left to do what she really wanted to do. Only she did not know what that was or how to find it. For the first time in my life, I had no one to please but myself. And I didn't know how to do that. Oh, that's really sad. Everyone tells you what a good daughter you should be and how you should go and be a good wife and a good mother. But no one tells you what you're supposed to do once your family doesn't need you anymore. Where was I supposed to go from there? What was I supposed to do with my life? Lorraine's dilemma illustrates a particularly dangerous feature of the third barrier to getting unstuck. Having developed a habit of not doing what you really want, the next time you reach a fork in the road or crisis point in your life, you do not know how to choose a new direction for yourself, like the scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz. You dangle from a pole, pointing first one way, then another, then back the other way again. All roads lead somewhere, but from your present vantage point, all roads look the same. You feel a need for change, but you do not know how to change. You wonder what you should do. You wish someone would tell you what to do. You ask for advice and discover people have plenty to say. Unfortunately, their opinions about what you ought to do conflict and leave you confused, ambivalent, befuddled, frustrated, and depressed. In such a state, is it any wonder you can't get unstuck? So in order to get unstuck, you have to take action. And you have to know how to choose it freely, and that you choose it freely. You have to give it careful thought and consideration, and then communicate it to other people, and then put it into action. So it's pretty cool if you can sit with yourself and ask yourself that question. I mean, it seems really stupid and easy, but what do I want? What do I really want? And, possibly sit and do some visualizations with that question. One of my favorite things to do is ask that question in the morning when I rise, because that's when I feel like I am the most me. I've gone through my dream time and I've sorted through my issues in my life in my dream time. And I have that clarity, the mental clarity, and I'm very connected to spirit because I actually rise really early and it's very quiet. So maybe even if you're not quite awake, sorry, there's something stuck in my throat. Maybe if you're not quite awake or you wake up to pee or something in the middle of the morning, take that time to ask yourself that question. What do I really want? And I've had to do this for myself many, many, many times, because just because I ask once doesn't mean that the answer comes fully, actually. The answer does come in parts, but continue to ask, what do I really want? Ask yourself that and sit in a silent space with yourself. Close your eyes, follow your breath, and keep that question in your heart. In your heart mind is what I like to say, because it's in your heart, but also in your mind. And in that pause there with your breathing, just allow flow. So your thoughts will come forward and you can take a pen and write them down, or you can dictate, just, talk into your phone or whatever it is that you want to record it with. Because sometimes the transmissions, you never know what kind of transmissions you're going to get in that space. You can also use the time right before you go to bed to do this. However, in your dreams, you do end up venting. So you'll go to bed thinking about that question subconsciously. So it might be fun to do that as well. And then as you wake, just record your thoughts and record your dreams and listen that way. Those are just the tools that have really helped me to, get unstuck and to uncover, rediscover those things that I'm passionate about and what it is that I'm really here to do. And my answer actually is hypnotherapy, and New Heart Transformation Hypnotherapy is the name of my practice that I'm developing. I won't be starting until June, but that is the name of my hypnotherapy practice. And I've just found so much out about myself through that it's really amazing thing to do. Anyways, I just wanted to get on today for a minute and babble. I know that I will have guests coming up again here in the future. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I do feel it. Something I want to do is another short meditation, which is becoming a part of my practice to record more of these transmission meditations. Because I don't have a script, I don't have a plan, it just comes through. So hopefully it ends up being valid for you. So let's begin by taking a few deep breaths and rolling your shoulders. Exhale through your mouth, into through your nose, out through your mouth. I don't know if any of you have ever tried this. I know Katie has, because she has a 3-hour, 6-hour, 9-hour, whatever radio show. But for me, it's a lot to sit here and talk to you. It's a lot. So my voice and my words get scrambled, brambled. So please forgive this, but it's all a part of the process. And I'm really happy that you spend time with me here, because I am a happy person and I do think it's fun to listen to whatever I've presented. Well, I've presented, Spirit has brought to you through me. Yes, Spirit brings it to you through me. That's all. I'm just a vessel. I'm just a Farida-ism. All right, so let's get back to this sweet spot. And you know what's so amazing about this sweet spot is that you can take time, you can take the space in the day, and even if it's only 50 seconds, 30 seconds, an hour, whatever you want to spend on yourself, you spend it on yourself. Take the time, take that time, spend it on yourself. Regenerate on a cellular, regenerate through your breath. Take the time, it's free because it's you. It's totally free. Katie needs some energy over there. She yawning. She yawning over there. So maybe we'll do one of my little pick-me-ups. And I have to do these throughout the day because my hours are crazy. And sometimes I just need a quick sleep and regeneration. So here we go. In through the mouth, out through the nose, 3 times. Wiggle, jiggle your body. Ooh, yeah, that feels good. Okay, settle back into whatever you're sitting on, standing on, wherever you are. Just take this moment to appreciate your breath in your body and the ability to sink into yourself. Sink into your natural state of silence and bliss and energy flow, and enjoy and appreciate whatever sounds or feelings or words that are present for you in this moment, completely absorbing them from the tips of your toes to the top of your head, and from the top of your head back down to the tips of your toes. And your whole body is breathing, appreciating, and just start to let your body move just a little bit with the rhythm of your breath. Just move your body just a little bit. Just pulses, circles, whatever it is, whatever motion that your body wants to take. Go ahead and do that. And another important thing is sound vibration, because that's part of what you are. Whether you realize it or not, you are sound vibration. Yes, energetic sound, frequency, and vibration. And I'm going to do some of that, and you can do it yourself as well, because it is incredibly healing and it does give you that reprieve. So here we go. Yeah. So just let that absorb through your cells. Feeling your feet wherever they are, and absorbing energy through the soles of the feet. Energy, vibration, color, light through the feet, into the calves and the knees, the thighs, the hips, the abdomen, the rib cage, the throat, the neck, shoulders, arms, hands, and back up through the hands into the shoulders and the neck, the ears, the skull and the jawbone, the tongue, your nose, your eyes, your eyebrows, and your forehead. Your whole body is awake, alive, and breathing now. Bringing that energy back into your heart space. And the sound of the heart is ah, ah, ah. Don't forget to let your heart sing. Take these moments to appreciate the life that it gives you. You don't even have to think about it. Just like you don't even have to think about any of these other things, because it's given, just like your heartbeat. In a moment, but not quite yet, we're going to return with our eyes open and our presence fully alive and awake, regenerated and energized in this world. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're awake. You're alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, joy, light, and laughter, and that's what I am here to share with you. Thank you so much for your presence here Fridays at